teachers, more training of teachers, and from 2020 to 2025, the end of 2025, we have more than 8,000 teachers having been trained in the system and hired, employed.
Thank you, Minister.
Thank you.
Honorable members, I now put a
Mr.
question
Chair, Mr.
that
Chair.
Honorable Member Professor Hines. Let me recognize Professor Paloma.
My mic, it's on.
Okay.
Yes, Madam Minister, this is a quick question and it may apply across programs. I notice that there are a number of contracted workers. What formula is used to arrive at the salaries for these contracted workers?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. And I think some time ago, or maybe a few years ago, I would have answered this particular question too. And having been the former Minister of Public Service, the public service rules actually speak to contracted employees. So you also gauge it on a scale that is very similar to the pensionable establishment.
Thank you, Minister.
Mr.
Honorable members, I now put a question that the sum stated for agency.
Mr. Chair.
To
Mr. Chair.
Honorable Chief Whip
Thank you.
for the opposition.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Still at the indicators, 22 student to trained teachers ratio. Can the honorable minister please state how many teachers are currently in the primary education system?
Honorable Minister.
Right. So thank you very much, Mr. Chair. So what we have, as you know, we have primary schools and we have primary top. But in the primary, we have 5,800 teachers. Can your honorable minister state how many vacancies there exist for teachers in the primary school system? So thank you very much, honorable member, through you, Mr. Chair. As of January 2026, after conducting our assessment, we would have had just less than 200 vacancies for the
Just
primary.
under 200.
Yeah, less than.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable member, Mr. Andrews.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Can the honor 6271 line item? So I know you dealt with this in the before, but in the other program, but there's an increase of $181 million here over 2025. Could the minister say if this is for the same new internet connection that she explained in the prior program, and how much connections are those, if it is?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Honorable member, this increase caters for the payments to be made to NDMA for 70 new satellite connections and 50 upgrades from LTE to fiber. And this line caters for internet bandwidth for 28 schools at $85 million. The line also caters for the phone and telephone charges and internet expenses for 28 primary schools at $18.8 million and 68, education department at lot 68 breakdown.
Thank you very much.
Would you like me to list out the schools for you?
That's fine. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, honorable member.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the sum stated for agency
Mr.
for
Speaker.
the program for Honorable Member Dr. Barker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So, current line item 6253 rather, maintenance of drainage and irrigation works. Mr. Chairman, can the Honorable Minister identify which primary schools are going to benefit from this intervention?
Honorable Minister.
Mr. Chair, that line item has zero.
Zero?
I didn't check. So, Honorable Dr. Barker, if it's zero, uh, we can't put it.
Noted.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the sum stated for program 404 primary education current expenditure stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. The sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Let us turn to page 534. And I propose a question that the sum stated for program 404 primary education capital expenditure stands part of the estimates. The honorable member, Ms. Nima Flubes.
Thank you, Comrade Chair. Project code 1215400. Which school is provisioned for under this allocated sum? And how much of this allocated sum will be paid for retention?
Honorable.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Our rollover is 2.3 billion, sorry. We have the, how much? Okay. So that caters for several schools for retention, a retention payment for schools, and also allocations.
Honorable member? Honorable member,
putting it,
you should
guys?
look over your left shoulder. Honorable member, Sharma Solomon.
Just a quick one, Mr. Chair. I know the minister was very good to try to see the Bamia Primary School completed under our ministry. I don't know under this ministry if we had that program handed over and if it's okay enough and it's anything that is needed in the budget now that it's handed over for completion. Because I've not heard of a completion, I've heard of a meeting the deadline in terms of liabilities and defects, period.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Yes, the Bamia School is finally completed. As you know, when I was there, it had moved a good 45–50%. And now it is not only completed, but it is operationalized. Students are there. We've had no complaints since then.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minister.
Honorable members, I now put a question that the sum stated for program 404 primary education capital expenditure stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. The sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Honorable members, let's turn to pages 226 and 227, and I propose a question that the sum stated for Agency 40, Program 405 Secondary Education Current Expenditure stands part of the estimates. Honorable Member, Mr. Campbell.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to return, Honorable Minister, to the survival rate. It's a much nicer term than dropout rate. You have a figure at number 1 on the indicators of 8,243 students writing the CXC examination. If I go back 5 years to 2020, there were 14,730 students who wrote the common entrance, or I'm showing my age, sorry, secondary school's entrance examination. That suggests to me, I might be missing something here, that your survival rate is actually 56% and not the 72% that is shown, unless you're going to tell me that the difference is 16% who actually went all the way to 5th form but just didn't bother to turn up for the exam. I'd like some clarification on this, please.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much, Honorable Member. I beg to differ with your percentage, but not on the basis of which you are advocating. I beg to differ because you're not catering for, and this particular narrative that is in the estimates is speaking to public schools. You're not catering for the private schools at all, and that number, that difference is also in the private schools.
A follow-up, please, Mr. So just for clarification, you're saying that let's go with the 8,243 who wrote the exams. You're saying this number does not include private schools?
This is the public schools. What I'm saying to you is that you're looking at a figure from when they wrote NGSA all the way to what you assume would them being in fifth form.
I just want for clarity, just want a yes or no answer.
Honorable members, we are not in a magistrate's court where you can say yes or no.
Mr. Chair, I take it back.
Once we start with policy,
yeah, I'm
right,
so
the minister
guided,
is
sir.
free.
Right. But
So-
all I wanted is clarity.
Yeah.
The 14,730 would have been the total number of students who wrote the SSEE. And you're saying the 8,243 are only those who wrote SSEE in public schools.
Yes, that is exactly what it says here. Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate Examination in public schools.
Right. And so you're saying that the difference between...
No, she's not. Don't impute. She's giving you a particular answer for which we have to build up there a number of other criteria. Yeah, but just ask it objectively, but I'm concerned about the inflections. Go ahead.
Through you, Mr. Chairman, I'm asking whether the difference of 16% is perhaps in the private students, those who wrote in, and do you have a number of how many students wrote from private schools in 2025?
We do have the number in private schools. I don't have it here, but the 16% that you're talking about is definitely inclusive of those in the private schools.
Is there a possibility at some point that that number can be laid over?
Honorable Member, Mr. Rupnarain.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Volume 2, Indicator 23. Can the Honorable Minister provide a disaggregation when it says the total number of schools at the secondary level? Can there be a disaggregation of the number of board schools, non-board school, and primary top?
Soon it will be.
We're going to invite the two honorable members that's shouting across the room to step outside.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chair. Honorable member, we have 6 to 5 board schools, 8 to 1 non-board schools.
And the primary tops?
Primary tops, which will reduce to less than 30 by June 2020.
Yeah. So you have 7 to 1 on the primary tops, but we are looking primary tops. We're looking to significantly reduce that to in the 30s by June of 2026.
By this year.
Yeah.
That was my follow-up task.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Honorable Member, Dr. Barker.
Hi, thank you, Mr. Chair. Follow up on same volume 2, I'm looking at indicator 25, percentage of secondary schools with computer labs, computers for pedagogical purposes. And I noted it's 100%. Can the Honorable Minister confirm that these labs and these computer labs are fully functional?
Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much. So while we have 100%, and I have the list here if you wish me to go through them. So while we have that, we want to be able to maintain that status in 2026. So persons are actually from the regional system. We will have the regional IT support officers be in these labs.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Mr. Chairman, I would like to draw the attention to line 6281, line item 6281, security services on the program 405. Honorable Minister, we've noted recently that there has been an increase in violence in school. And we have also seen that teachers have been attacked recently. Now the allocation has dropped significantly for security services. Can you say, or can you give a rationale for that?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. First of all, the security is for the infrastructure, which is the school building itself and the compound. And the drop that you're speaking of.
325, same as budget.
Yes. So it is actually the same as the budget of 2025. You see? 2026 and 2025.
No, it's not.
The
Same as the budget, but less than what we spent.
Oh, not the revised, but budgeted. Yeah.
actual budget for 2025 was 325.88. The revised budget 371, and then you are now in 2026 we are asking for an allocation of 325.88, which was the same as the actuals for 2020. As the budget, sorry, for 2025.
Mr. Thank you.
If I may, Honorable Member, through you, Mr. Chair, there are a number of things that are being employed at the moment to tackle bullying. One of those things was to launch the anti-bullying campaign. That is not just a talk shop. It is going to materialize into an MOU followed by action, and it is a public consultation, getting the recommendations, suggestions from the public. We have right now from that first public consultation over 500 recommendations and suggestions that we're working through. Plus, we are also today, His Excellency also announced a panic app that will be installed very soon, very shortly, correct? And we will be utilizing that as well. So there are many measures that will be employed over the next year.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Can the Honorable Minister state what measures, based on what you just said, what measures will the ministry, your ministry, employ to assist teachers or to ensure the safety of teachers as it relates to security services? And might I add the safety of both teachers and students, since we have gangs coming into schools, going into schools?
Arising from these consultations, what we are aiming to do at the very least is to establish standard operating procedures that will, policies that will become standard operating procedures in the school system. And at the highest, we would like to look at legislation that will work for the safety and security of our children and teachers. But the ministry we have adopted, and we continue to do that, a zero tolerance approach to students hitting teachers. As you know.
Thank you very much, Minister.
Thank you.
Honorable members, I now put the
Mr.
question.
Speaker, just
Honorable
quickly. Thank you, sir. One
Chief
question.
Whip.
The student to trained teacher ratio is, I think it's 17 to 1. And this, I would just like to ask the minister if she can say how many teachers are in this program, employed at the secondary level.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. We have 6,800 teachers.
And vacancies, please.
Thank you very much. So we have less than 100 vacancies, but it's more in the TVET areas.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable members, I now put the question that the sum stated for Program 405 of Agency 40, current expenditure stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. Sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Let us turn to page 534. And I propose the question that the sum stated for Program 405, Secondary Education Capital, stands part of the estimates. Honorable Member, Ms. Dawn Hastings-Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would like to draw our attention to project code 1215500 secondary schools. And my question will be specific, Madam Minister, in terms of Jawala Secondary School and Philippi Secondary School, both of which I know work have started. What are your timeline targets in terms of completion of these two schools?
Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much. So we're looking at an end date in July of 2026 for Philippi. And for Jawala, we are also looking at July.
Thank you, Minister.
Thank you.
Honorable Member, Ms. Nima Flubes.
Thank you, Comrade Chair. Same line item. Project code 1215500. Can the Honorable Minister state which school is provisioned for under this allocated sum?
Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much. So we have a rollover amount of $11 billion for several schools, and we have new schools as well, not under that sum. The new schools, we have the reconstruction of secondary with modern structure at Waramadong Secondary. You have the synthetic track at North Rumvelt, reconstruction of the school at Agricola PIC, construction of building to house laboratories and auditorium at J.C. Chandy Singh School, Phase 2. And that's that.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable Member, Mr. Duncan, follow up?
Yes.
Go ahead.
In relation to J.C. Chandy Singh Secondary School, can the Honorable Minister say what is the current status of works at that institution?
Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much. So the actual completion date for J.C. Chandy Singh, or the month of completion, is August 2026.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable Member, Mr. Duncan.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Madam Minister, could you tell us about the outstanding work and completion date for the Coast Road Secondary School, Region 1? In addition to that, could you tell us also about the works outstanding, perhaps in percentage, and completion date for the secondary school at Tabachinga Secondary? And also, Minister, could you tell us about the works outstanding and completion date for the secondary school at Korasabai?
Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Honorable Member, Hosororo Secondary School, as you know, we opened a teaching block very recently, and it's accommodating a number of students, but it's at 70% completed. Its actual completion date will be in March of 2026.
Honorable member. Go ahead.
Karasabai Secondary, we have a completion date of June 2026, and that's about 70% as well. Completed.
Honorable member, Mr. Solomon.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, there was a portion of the question that is still outstanding. Tabachinga Secondary School.
Tabachinga.
Thank you very much. Tabachinga doesn't fall under the Central Ministry.
Thank you very much, Comrade Chair. Just with the follow-up on the Christianburg Wisma Multilateral Secondary School, there is a deadline for the November this year. Just to follow up on the amount of works, percentage of where it is, and is it still to meet that November 17 deadline set last year for completion?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Honorable member, this is a World Bank project, and it's actually on track to being completed in February of 2027.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable member, Mr. Duncan.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. A follow-up to the same project code. Minister, could you tell us for Host Road Secondary School, where are the students? I know there's the dorms are unfinished and the teachers live in quarters. Where are those persons being housed at the moment?
Honorable Minister.
Primary tops have been closed at Guyana, and the Hosoro primary top those have gone.
So from they are still in the primary tops, but there are 2 primary tops that actually closed off because they have moved into the new teaching block at Hosororo. So several other primary tops, they are being taught in.
The question is where are they being housed?
They live in the areas, yes.
Honorable member, Mr. Solomon. Honorable member, Mr. Andrews.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Program code 1215500. The Honorable Minister mentioned the North Rhineland Multilateral Synthetic Track. Could the Honorable Minister say what is the total cost of that project?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. That's a new project, and we have to go to national tender for that.
The only reason I ask is because you mentioned it here, and the total of all the projects together is 57 billion, and the allocation of 12 billion this year. So I'm just thinking, is there a number that you had in mind when this budget was created for that specific project? I mean, it might vary whenever you go to tender, but there must be some.
Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. We do have a projected sum.
Thank you.
Which is 100 million. 100 million as a projected sum. But of course, when we go to national tender.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
The Honorable Member, Mr. Duncan.
I just had a quick follow-up. I omitted one of the schools I wanted to ask about, NAPI in Region 9. Completion date for NAPI.
The actual school building is completed already, but there is a TVET building that is being constructed, so we're just finished. But students are in the school.
And for that TVET building, Minister, through the chair, when is that expected to be completed? And are the teachers' quarters also, is that completed?
By the end of March 2026, through the chair.
Thank you very much, Minister. Honorable members.
Mr. Chair.
Honorable member, Mr. Barker.
Hi, Mr. Chair. I'm just following up on the honorable member, Mr. Duncan, along with related to completion dates, I would like the Honorable Minister to state what is the completion date for the Neem Secondary School.
Minister?
Thank you very much, honorable member. So we're looking at the end of March 2026, and you already have half of those students in the being housed in 2 of the teaching blocks here.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Through the chair, a quick follow-up. Honorable Minister, can you say if all the works at Tushin Secondary School have been completed?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. But all of the majority of the work, they might just have a minor works to be done, and that's just defects.
Quick follow-up through the chair.
Go ahead.
Honorable Minister, could you say the completion date for those quick works as you mentioned?
Honorable Minister?
So thank you very much, Honorable Chair. So the retention date is actually in March, so you still have that period for that to be finished.
Thank you, Minister.
Mr. Chair.
Honorable Member, Mr. Campbell.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Honorable Minister, you mentioned TVET building at NAP. Pure TVET secondary schools? Or stream, let's say, because CXC now offers TVET subjects, so there are people who may want, and it's been done in other jurisdictions, where from 3rd to 5th form, it's just purely TVET subjects.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. So we are looking to, as our manifesto had stated, to expand the TVET program. Every single region will have a TVET center by the end of 2026.
Thank you for your indulgence, Mr. Chair. Mr. Minister, same project code 1215500. Secondary schools and facilities. I am just curious, Madam Minister, to know if you have allocated any sums of money under this project code to rebuild a dormitory at Madia. That was what. Is there any allocations for it?
Honorable member through the chair, no, we don't have that in this budget.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I'd like to take us back to the volume 2. One quick question. It says here that the number of children enrolled at the secondary level is at 66,000. Pardon? I'm number 13, I believe. 66,000. But the number of students to benefit from the Because We Care Crash Grant and uniforms at 55,000. Can the minister, and the same thing in 2025, there is a shortfall between the number of students actually enrolled and those that actually receive the cash grant. Can the honorable minister state what accounts for the shortfall?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. The grade 11 is not. Grade 11 is not included here. Because they leave the school system.
Thank you.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the sum stated for Program 405 Secondary Education Capital Expenditure stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. The sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Let's turn to pages 228 and 229, honorable members. And I propose the question that the sum stated for program 406, post-secondary tertiary education, current expenditure, stands part of the estimates. Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipot.
Thank you very much, Comrade Chairman. I've been waiting patiently. Sir, may
Well
I...
rewarded.
how many minutes do we have for this? May I ask you, please, sir?
Right now, it looks like we have about 30 minutes remaining.
Excellent. Sir, may I start with the employment cost for the University of Guyana on the line item 6301? May I ask the Honorable Minister, how many staff members does this sum cater for? And if she can specify in terms of the number of UA staff and the number of UB staff.
Honorable Minister.
If they're building one in Minden, you could ask if there's sufficient in capital.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Honorable Member, you have 2,148 for Turkine and 184 for Berbice.
Thank you, Minister.
Sir,
Go ahead.
Thank you. The second part of the question was, and I'm specific here about Turkine. Can you tell us of this 2,148 total staff member at Turkine, how many are UA staff and how many are UB staff?
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. It's about 1,500 UA and the remainder would be UB.
Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, a follow-up. May I ask the Honorable Minister, is there a standard salary for a lecturer that is a professor, or does it vary in terms of which course they are teaching, or is it based on their contract? Yeah, as a professor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. No, there are different salary scales.
Okay, and that will apply also for the other lecturers,
yes,
even though they may have the same qualification as a master or 2 degrees?
According to the designation.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, may I ask the Honorable Minister if there is a lecturer to student ratio for the respective classes, or any amount of student can go to a class based on the capacity?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. So it's about 50 to 1.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, may I ask the Honorable Minister, under the line, other goods and services purchased, and with the free education across the tertiary institutions, I see there's a decrease here from 904,426,000 to 865,772,000. May I ask the Honorable Minister, with the increase in students and with the increase in services provided, if she can explain why the decrease?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. The specific line item that you're talking about is which one?
Other goods and services purchased.
No, man, you have a number there. What's it, 6284, 6292?
No, but I'm on page 730. which
Oh.
gives the breakdown, and they don't have any number allocated to it. No. Appendix T.
So the variance is that accreditation happened in 2025, and that is not necessary in 2026, as well as there would have been equipment that was bought last year that is not needed this year.
Excellent. Sir, under other operating expenses, I noticed there is also a decrease there from 514,358,000 to 492,266,000. May I ask the Honorable Minister for a similar explanation?
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. So that was the student refunds that you don't have to do in 2026.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, may I ask the Honorable Minister for utility charges, knowing that there are some additional buildings, I think, that are going to be constructed there at the University of Guyana, and the additional expense of utility, I'm also seeing a slight decrease there, somewhat of the same figure. If the Honorable Minister can say if this will be sufficient to cover the utility charges at the University of Guyana.
Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much. So you have an increase at Tertiary that caters for the new College of Medical Sciences building, right, which will increase the consumption. That's what you're asking.
So the consumption will increase, but the sum of money that is going to be budgeted for is basically just slightly below what was expended in 2025. So how will the University of Guyana cover for this additional consumption?
So 2025, I'm advised that there were some arrears that needed to be paid off. That was paid off, and so that's not necessary again this year.
Okay.
Or that's not, that we don't have to cater for that this year.
Sir, may I ask the Honorable Minister, what is the total capacity in terms of student and student intake at the University of Guyana Tertiary campus?
So thank you very much, Mr. Chair. The honorable member would be aware that for some time now, the University of Guyana is not right. It's not only physical in person, it's also virtually. So when you're talking about capacity, you need to clarify what you're talking about, or which one you're talking about.
In terms of being physically present on the campus. And if the university is moving in a direction, sir, into virtual platform, which is good.
So I'm really happy that you brought up this question, actually, because one, the capacity is about 5,000, and what we have seen since the removal of the fees, and that, you know, the government implemented the Free University initiative from January of 2025, there has been an increase in applications to the university, and as a over 16,000, and as a result of that, we have actually looked at creating seating in various regions. So for example, if you're from region 3 or region 6 or region 2 and you're applying for medicine, for example, or engineering, you can remain right in your region and do that. So we're creating the seatings there as well, and right now we have seating being created at the ETI, which is the Essequibo Technical Institute, and it has a capacity right now of about 40 students for engineering. Then you also have Region 16 campus that is also taking off about 40 to 45, and IDC, which is taking about 2,000. So in addition to that, the Ministry of Education would have worked with the University of Guyana to have about 150 new seats for medicine. So we are looking at creating that kind of, so it's not just virtual, but it's a platform that is both virtual. We have a virtual platform, it's a hybrid system, so yes. Physical and virtual.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, a follow-up. Sir, if every Guyanese can acquire a degree, at least a first degree, that will be excellent. And if the platform that allows them is the virtual platform and the physical platform, even better. But education, sir, is beyond just going to a classroom, virtually or physically, and acquiring your degree. Physical presence at the university, and I can attest to this, has great value in the sense that you can dwell with other people from various other social societies. You can join clubs and so on. You can participate in sports. It builds the individual into a better person, and it really improves the quality of the individual beyond just having the paper, the degree, and the diploma, or the campus life is a good life. Is there any movement from the Ministry of Education and the University of Guyana to further develop the University of Guyana so that we can return, even if it is in part, to have physical presence on campus also, and mesh it with the virtual platform for academic improvement and the generally educational improvement of our people?
Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. So what you have existing now is actually 92 clubs at the University of Guyana. Then the classes, whether virtual or otherwise, they have to meet at least once per semester. So what is also important to note is that we will be conducting a rapid assessment of at the University of Guyana to determine the skills needs for the existing transformation that is taking place, as well as for future needs, and looking to align the training with that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, may I have a follow-up on employment? May I ask the Honorable Minister, how many of the UA staff, the 1,500 UA staff that we have, how many are professors? How many have their the masters, and how many have their first degrees?
Thank you very much. So they don't actually have teachers who are, or lecturers who are just have their first degree anymore. You have tutors now. You also have 1/3 with their masters, 1/3 with PhD, and about 10% of them that are professors.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and let me join with you, with your permission, in acknowledging Professor Paloma Mohammed and congratulate her for the excellent job she's doing at the University of Guyana as the Vice Chancellor. Thank you very much, sir.
Much honorable member, Mr. Mahipal, and for the Honorable Sharma Solomon.
I just thank you very much, Comrade Chair, and just quickly to the Minister, I know you spoke of seating, and just to the point of the university and its expansion, do you see this applying to Region 10, or it's seating, or do you see a campus being looked towards for Region 10, as we saw complementing Region 6 in the Tain area?
Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much. So yes, Region 10 is included in that, and we are looking at, IDC is already in Region 10, and we're looking at the engineering and medical fields as well.
Thank you, Minister.
Thank you very much.
Honorable Member, Professor Hines.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Madam Minister, I noticed on the line item 6301, education grants and subventions. Can you tell us who or what are the projected recipients of those subventions and grants?
Which table is it about? There is a table at the back of the book that has all the recipients of the subvention listed.
I withdraw, but, and can you say
Page
what's the
492.
criteria for those subvention and grants? Yeah.
Minister?
So these are actually what you're seeing at the back there, these are the TVET institutions that historically would have been given grants.
Tertiary.
And it's listed on page 487 of volume 1.
Quite clearly set out. Honorable Member, Mr. Campbell.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Just in relation to seating in the medical school in the outer regions 2, 3, 6, is that for the entire program or just for the basic science portion of the medical degree?
Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much. One thing that we are very pleased about is that at the end of, is it January, December, you announced the pre-med? December. At the beginning of 2026, the University of Guyana and as a matter of fact, last year, about 3 or 4 months ago, the Ministry of Education met with the Ministry of Health and the University of Guyana, and we talked about having a pre-med package instead of just going from biology to medicine and giving them more of a foundation to get into the medical program. And so that package was created, and you have 210 students already enrolled. So that's something that we're very pleased about. What you have right now that is expanding is the basic sciences, and then we're moving into the actual program.
One follow-up, please, Mr. Chair. So, at this moment, there are no plans for clinical rotations outside of Georgetown?
So clinical rotations don't start now. It will start in September, and yes, they are catered for.
For the question that is some stated for program 406, post-secondary tertiary education, current expenditure stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. Some stated now stands part of the estimates. Let's turn to pages 434 and 534 and 535. And I propose a question that is some stated for programs 406, post-secondary tertiary education, capital expenditure stands part of the estimates. But it only has this. See? Honorable Member, Ms. Nima Flubes.
Thank you, Comrade Chair. Project code, I guess, 1217900. I guess it's covering all these subheadings, right? I see that land and water transport, some has been allocated here for provision for equipment.
Could you just
I just, okay.
point this again to the code?
1217900.
1217900. Land and water transport.
I see there are some subheads here, so I want to know if it's related to that code. They have building, furniture, equipment, land and water transport. 530.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, honorable member. So this will cater for the TVET center. So we have one track skid steer, one mini excavator, another mini excavator, one skid steer loader for the Georgetown Technical Institute, GITC. One mini excavator for the LTI, Linden Technical Institute, one skid steer loader for the LTI as well.
Thank you, Minister. Honorable members, I now put a question that the sum stated for Program 406, Post-Secondary Tertiary Education Capital Expenditure, stands part of the estimates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Ayes have it. The sum stated now stands part of the estimates. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much,
You and
Mr.
your
Chair.
staff
And
for taking us through your agency. Go
thank
ahead.
you very much. Please allow me to thank and congratulate the very hardworking team that I have at the Ministry of Education. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minister. Honorable members, this is a good time to take a break of half of an hour. Repeat, a good time to take a break of half of an hour, and then we come back with the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport.